Tour Gran Canaria, one of the prettiest towns to visit in the Canary Islands. Tour is a charming, little town located in the north of the island. A picturesque suburb of Las Palmas City, it's home to some of the best examples of colonial-style architecture. The center is dominated by the Basilica de Nuestra Señora del Pino, and nearby the Casa Museo de las Patronas de la Virgen displays paintings, weapons, old photographs and 17th-century antiques. The pretty courtyard is the ideal spot to sit back. People watch and enjoy the surroundings. Time and Faya National Park, Lanzarote, the truly stunning destination to explore in the Canary Islands. To experience the full extent and power of the volcanic undercurrent of the island, visit the Time and Faya National Park, where you can hold hot rocks straight from the ground, watch bushes burst into flames and see geysers fire water into the air. Covering over 51 square kilometers, this national park is located in southwestern Lanzarote and is known for its unique Martian-esque landscapes, making it an unmissable part of your trip. All visitors have to take the official park bus to the lava field, and it is recommended to go on the all-inclusive tour to fully understand the real Lanzarote. El Cofete Beach, Fuerteventura, one of the most beautiful beaches in the Canary Islands. This is a 1.5-kilometer stretch of stunning isolated sandy beach. It is relatively unspoiled and lies in the shadows of the mysterious Villa Winter, which can be toured during peak season. Keep an open mind as to the villa's true story. It is notorious for its big waves, and sunbeds can be hired. Be warned, it can be popular with nudists. 4. Los Hervaderos, Lanzarote, the wonderful natural beauty spot. This definitely deserves a place on the most beautiful places to visit in the Canary Islands list. Los Hervaderos literally means boiling pots and are a series of cave blowholes which have been eroded into a former lava flow. To experience the boiling waters at their absolute best, time your visit with the full moon or a high tide. Watching the waves crashing into the rocks gives onlookers the true feeling of being dwarfed by the immense power of nature. 5. El Hierro, the smallest island, and the prettiest island, in the Canary Islands. Located in the middle of the Atlantic with impenetrable cliff-lined shores, it was historically considered to be the end of the world until Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492 and dispelled the myth. On your approach by either air or boat, you will instantly be taken by the coastal villages and cottages compressed beneath the cliffs, as well as the petroglyphs engraved into the cliffside by the original residents. However, one of the most intriguing attractions of the peaceful island of El Hierro are the turquoise coastal bathing pools. You definitely won't feel like you're in the Atlantic Ocean. 6. La Laguna, Tenerife, one of the best places to visit in the Canary Islands. La Laguna is a city in the northern part of the island of Tenerife and was once the ancient capital of the Canaries. Today it's a little-known gem filled with palaces, cathedrals, monuments and traditional houses spanning the Gothic, Renaissance and Belle Epoque eras. All this coupled with the glistening, sublime sea views and handsome haciendas make it a worthy addition to your alternative Tenerife trip. 7. Anaga Mountains, Tenerife, one of the best natural destinations in the Canary Islands. The Anaga mountain range, located on the northeast corner of Tenerife, is easily one of the most beautiful places to visit in Tenerife and completely juxtaposes everything you already know about the country. It's a beautiful, unspoiled place full of plunging ravines, rocky pinnacles and mist-filled forests that are older than the Ice Age. It's a veritable hiker's heaven and a viewfinder's nirvana, and those brave enough to enter into this ancient, rugged landscape will find good walking shoes and fleece jackets more useful than a Factor 50 and flip-flops. 8. La Orotava, Tenerife. The historic old town sits in a valley surrounded by picturesque banana plantations on the north coast of Tenerife. It's easily one of the best destinations in the Canary Islands, as well as having some of the best examples of Baroque architecture of the islands, including Ermita del Calvario Hermitage, Casa Molina and Iglesia de la Concepción Church. It is also home to beautiful tropical gardens, and the surrounding mountains provide excellent walking and hiking opportunities. 9. Teide National Park, Tenerife. Arguably the most famous natural site in the Canaries is Mount Teide, a World Heritage Site. You'll find it nestled within the boundaries of the national park in the center of the island. At 3,718 meters, it's the highest peak on Spanish soil and the third highest volcano in the world. Mount Teide is surrounded by a spectacular, lunar-esque landscape which is constantly changing in texture and tone, so much so that intrepid walkers and hikers are often given the impression of walking amid a sea of clouds. Please note, due to its popularity, booking in advance is essential. 10. Icod de los Vinos, Tenerife. This little town has its fair share of symbolic and artistic value, including, and perhaps most famously, the dragon tree, reputed to be 1,000 years old. Although this has not been scientifically proven, it has long been the symbol of Icod, and the local council are pushing to get the tree listed as a World Heritage Site. In the shadow of the dragon tree canopy lies the Church of San Marcos, where you'll find iconic images, statues of Saint Mark the Evangelist and other paintings in the Gothic style. 11. Gooey Gooey Beach, Gran Canaria. A world away from the packed holiday resorts, this playa is completely unspoilt and almost always empty. Hidden away under the Grand Ravine on the west coast of the island, it is quite a trek to get there, about 2 hours from the nearest town, so only most determined beachgoers reach its pristine sands. There are no facilities available on the beach itself, but it's still popular with both campers and nudists alike. 12. The West Coast Road, Gran Canaria. The Route 66 of the Canary Islands begins in Pretty Agate and the road winds on through steep Barrancouche, along the cliff edge before dropping into the Barranco del Risco. To your right, Tenerife lies on the horizon, but remember, Del Risco is the last rest stop before the road snakes upwards again alongside sweeping sea views 1,500 meters above sea level. As you trail towards La Aldea, you will come across rare plants, mist-soaked rocks and some bird species that are native only to this sheer cliff. 13. La Catedral, Gran Canaria. Local opinion seems to be united that La Catedral is the most striking and important of all its religious buildings on the island, if not the Canaries. Work started on the building in the early 15th century, but took 350 years to complete. The neoclassical facade contrasts with the interior, which is a fine example of what some art historians have described as Atlantic Gothic. 14. Famara Beach, Lanzarote. This beach has developed a reputation over the past few years for being a European Hawaii with some of the best surf schools and waves around. At present there are a number of different nationalities living at Famara, giving the area a laid-back, backpacker atmosphere. For the adrenaline junkies, the nearby cliff face, strong Atlantic wind provide the ideal conditions for hang gliding. There is something here for everyone, regardless of your ability level. 15. Teguise Old Town, Lanzarote. The former capital of Lanzarote nestles in an incredible volcanic landscape surrounded by old craters and rivers of solidified lava. The history of the island is reflected in every part of the town, from the whitewashed houses to the noble architect and gardens. Visitors peruse the town square under the watchful gaze of two stone lions, and every Sunday this sleepy square is transformed into a bustling market selling everything from courgettes to crafts. 16. Cuchillos de Vigan, Fuerteventura. These dagger-like mountains stand parallel to each other and perpendicular to the coastline and are one of the most spectacular natural attractions on the island of Fuerteventura, as well as being home to a significant amount of flora and fauna that are indigenous to the island. A hike among the several wide valleys created as a result of millions of years of erosion is the perfect antidote for a few days roasting by the sea. 17. Nature Reserve of Lobos, near Fuerteventura. Easily one of the most beautiful places to visit in the Canary Islands is the islet of Lobos, located about 2 kilometers off the coast of the main island. The reserve itself is home to valuable specimens of plant and animal species that are protected and in magnificent condition. 18. Betancuria, Fuerteventura. The spectacular Santa Maria de Betancuria dominates the old capital town. For the best experience of Betancuria's folklore and traditions, time your visit for the festival of the Pilgrimage of Pena in September, in honor of the island's patron saint. 19. La Palma. Shoe designer Manolo Blahnik is one of La Palma's most famous natives, and the charm of the island is recreated in his designs. Life on La Palma is colorful, vibrant and effervescent, just like the shoes he designs. 20. La Gomera. It's true that good things come in small packages. La Gomera is the second smallest of the Canary Islands. The island is unspoiled and forgotten by mass tourism. Visitors arrive by turboprop or ferry and stay in the town of Santiago with its smattering of souvenir shops, authentic Spanish restaurants and family-run hotels.